Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Nelson at Confluence, and me and Luis, we founded the company like 6-7 years ago. We're having the Atlassian ecosystem for 10 years now. Actually, we worked for Excellence a while ago, and then we decided to create here we are back forward. So we met Revise a long ago in the community. As you can see, the Atlassian ecosystem is very alive in the sense that people, companies, community champions, they get along, they build an actual community. And yeah, that's the magic of the ecosystem. Like Sanket was saying, it's a mess. It's complicated, right? The tech, the objects, it's very hard. Sometimes we lose our minds, but we are still there because of the people. And by people, I don't mean only the Atlassian employees. There are also nice people, but the community is really alive. We exchange knowledge. We'll learn from each other. We keep growing. We keep pushing each other. And every year there's an event or multiple events, and we gather together and we exchange ideas. And that's the best part of the Atlassian community. So if you're new to it, I know you are. Get along with it. Go to events. Go to Team Europe in Amsterdam. Go to Atlas Campus, more developer-oriented stuff, and you will like it. You'll like the vibe. You'll like how you can learn people, share your experiences as well, and all those things. So what I'm bringing here to the ikuTeam, we are a small team right now. We have 8 people visiting Portugal, and Bangalore now is our first international edition. So we work all, and now we are growing.
So we went from India to Portugal after acquisition. Now you're going from Portugal to India.
It is very nice. So we are expanding. We are gold partner as well, and right now we are trying to reach our certifications. We will live in this world of regulations, and governance is getting more and more important, especially for big customers. And right now we are going through this process of ISO certification, SOC 2 things. And on that, all our products are designed to be compliant, like out of the box. Like when we started implementing ISO, it was just the hard work was to document what we were doing, because we were doing almost everything correct. We're safe and enterprise ready by design. So that's why we are very close to it. And we have actually 2 areas of 2 family of apps. One is related to cloud storage, where you can bring all your SharePoint, Google Drive, Dropbox, you name it, the Atlassian ecosystem, whatever is Jira Confluence, allowing you to have a first-class file management experience like you have on the Drive or on the Google SharePoint stuff inside the Atlassian ecosystem. The second part of our apps group is Office. As you know, we are going through a lot of regulations in Europe. Technical is a hot topic right now. Where your data goes, where you save everything. So what we built right now, and when we have based on open source technologies and data residence in Europe, what we had is what we call ikuTeam Office, which is Microsoft Office, but working inside the Atlassian ecosystem. So you can have all your spreadsheets, Word documents, PDFs, whatever, inside your Atlassian platform, and you can use our app, and it will gain SharePoint capabilities from editing and sharing it and co-editing and all that stuff. So we have 2 branches of product right now. Our Discipline AI, we have a large portfolio of apps. We also have these 2 areas of what I will be talking today is about the cloud storage connections and how you can leverage that for automation, AI, Rovo workflows, and how you can automate your stuff. And let's learn a bit more about it. I will do just a quick intro on the gains and whatnot. And after that, I will deep dive into a quick demo just to learn more about it, and you can engage into questions and things like that. And after the event, I want to talk to you because we have someone that you need to meet about the outbounding and marketing. So that's the beauty of the community. Right. So the biggest pain right now is the context switching, right? It's also, you have your file on Drive or SharePoint or whatever, but then you have your work items or your issues, whatever you call it, on Jira, right? Or your documentation in Confluence. The thing is, every time you're going outside and coming back, it costs you energy. Many studies mention that it takes you about 30 minutes to recover your focus when you are doing a task, like say in Jira or Confluence, whatever is coding, it's the same thing. And if you need to pause because I need to find a file, a document, or whatever it is, it takes you a while to get back to that focus state again. And that is very expensive. It's very expensive on time, very expensive on brain energy, and it slows you down. And sometimes it's also frustrating because you're hunting files. Where is that thing? I need to find what is the latest version, all that crap. So it's really, so it's frustration, it's time, it's focusing. It's really bad for you. So that's why we come up with this solution. Like if you work in the Atlassian ecosystem, if you use Jira for your tickets, whether it's HR, sales, development, whatever it is, okay, everything should be there, accessible with one click. And where is this link or wherever you but the thing is, you cannot be managing files, or your colleagues added something new, or they updated something. Tracking all that is a nightmare. So that's why we figure out that you should not managing your files all day long. You should get things done and use it and use the content. Also, another thing is Rovo, right? Rovo, Rovo is the GPT of Atlassian for people that are not familiar. So they have their own AI agents, and they open the API so we can build our own agents based on their engine. The thing is, we can provide skills to their agent. End of story. So we can provide those skills. And the thing is, Rovo already has the knowledge to access your Jira instance and your Confluence knowledge, right? You can read your ticket content or do Confluence documentation, whatever it is. But then you attach a file or a link from SharePoint file, Google Sheet, or spec from SharePoint. But then Rovo there is can it be just so you will. And what we are doing right now is bringing the capabilities to Rovo so we can read into those files. So if you connect a file, let's say spec sheet from SharePoint, and then you try to do something in Jira with Rovo, he will know how to read that content, not just the Jira ticket content. So he will have access to everything and wherever you like with your agent, of course, on top of that. So that's what ikuTeam Files brings to Jira. It's try to reclaim your time back so you get your things done. That's our goal. We support multiple cloud storages. More are coming, especially for European regulations. We are bringing support for Nextcloud, which is a very popular hybrid cloud storage solution for Europe. It allows you to store, let's say it's a Google Drive, nothing special there. The only difference is you can either host it in the cloud in the EU or host it yourself in your storage. So it depends. So if you want to really have a tight regulated environment, right? Data protection and all that stuff, and control everything wherever it goes, you can set up that storage, and we are bringing that pretty soon. So how to reclaim your time back? So you can automate folder linking, right? So like as I mentioned, you have a ticket, a Jira ticket, you have multiple files. You start, I don't know, HR onboarding. You have these 5 files that you need to assign a document to sign for the laptop handover, whatever. You need to fill information like tax information, like multiple files. It's in Excel, it's in the document, whatever. So you have that ticket. The thing is, you can automate that. Like every time you create a new Jira ticket, you can set up an automation that creates a folder in SharePoint in a specific place for HR. It's governed, it's auditable, and then you can drop the files there. You can even automatically upload specific files like templates, right, to that new folder. So that way, you just create a ticket, and then it creates a folder, it links that folder to the ticket. It goes and grabs your files, like templates, whatever it is, and upload them. You can also clean up your Jira instance. Imagine if people keep dropping, even though if you connect the folder to a Jira ticket, a folder from SharePoint, and you have okay, people, you tell their team, guys, just drop the files on the folder, because that way they are going to SharePoint, and everything is organized. But, well, some colleagues forget about it. They just upload files to the Jira ticket. They just drop it there, right? So it doesn't matter. You can set up automation saying, oh, someone drops a file here, you just take it, you put in that folder in SharePoint. So you don't need, you can automate a lot of things that help you out to stop losing your mind around the files. And then, as I mentioned, you can even create automated workflows based on Rovo and files that, imagine a scenario like you have a Jira ticket, right? You have a file there. If that periodic ticket gets assigned, when it gets assigned someone, you can set up an automation that Robo goes to see what files are connected, extracts a summary, and posts a comment to that ticket saying those files are about this. Even before you go to check the file attachments that are there with 200 pages or not, you already know, you have a quick comment from Robo saying, you know what, this is about spec, or you didn't anything. Okay, I need to read more or learn more. Oh, okay, I already know that. I don't even need to check it out. So you can automate all these processes, and you can even have, let's say, different summaries or whatever, depending on who will be attached. So you can create your rules, or even tell what our role agent say, if it's John, you check this type of summary. If it's Anna, you will create this type of summary. So you can really, really work and go deep into the automations. Of course, this will take you some time to automate and set up, but no worries, revise everything. So if you will never lose it, but it's something that you can start small. You can start adding actions and conditions, and you can evolve. And after 3 months, 6 months, you can have a pretty complex system that saves you hours and hours a day or a week for the entire team. So that's the thing. Like, keep SharePoint or Google Drive or whatever like for storage, but then use Atlassian for work. That way you will kill this switching thing that going back and forward, and you will keep governance, right? Because they know where it is. Everything is fully auditable in SharePoint or Google Drive or whatever. Edit the file. Permission-wise, you can just mirror permissions from your Google Drive or your SharePoint, so no file will end up being accessed by the person that shouldn't. And right now, we can build up, like, if you don't have this, oh, I want to get this back about contract or ADA or whatever, and just drop it on the Confluence page or to the ticket. If the wrong person has permissions to access the page, we will see that copy, right? Because you upload it. Using this system, the files are there, the documents, the spreadsheets, but if you don't have permissions to see it on SharePoint or Google, you will not be able to see it. So you have peace of mind, like the people that should be able to access are not hunting for things, and you warranty out of the box that no one will be seeing things that they shouldn't. Because people need to work. Technology should not be a barrier. Like, oh, I want you to check, I want my files here, but who has access here? I cannot put this information here because the other has access to it. Oh, I need to be careful, right? So you don't need to think. If you use these systems, governance will take care of it in Drive or SharePoint or whatever, and then you just drop the files here. It doesn't matter because you know that no one has access or permissions to access will not be able to see. They will see if there is something there that they will be able to see. Required to communicate with an account that has the rights to see it. So this is how it works. I will give you like a quick, try to be quick web before we move. Any questions about this? I have to go over it, right?
So Nelson, one question. What all teams can benefit from this app, right? So what different teams you have?
Our vertical right now in business is very wide. We have automotive firms using it. We have healthcare using it. We have Universal Studios, which is a nice type of customers. We have telcos using it. We have Spotify using it. We have HP using it. So different business areas. Of course, all of them kind of customize the thing to their needs, right? It's like asking to revise, like, what is it? Who needs to buy? Everyone. Here is kind of the same, but of course, different customers will have different needs on how to set up the automation, how to set up permissions, because we have and also have simplifier permissions and use Jira and Confluence permissions instead of SharePoint or Google Drive permissions, depending on what's your setup. We also have a lot of customers using this for service management, like special internal IT and HR. Like you can just open a ticket and a folder is created, the documents go there, and the person that raised the ticket can edit that document where fill the form directly in Jira ticket, and it's a Word file that gets stored in SharePoint, all from Jira Service Management. And HR doesn't need them to take the file out, archive it. We have very different use cases. We started now to work with some customers and collecting those experiences and building. We are publishing on that we publish a week ago or something is an insurance company. Health insurance company, so I will regulate all that stuff. And yeah, a lot of different companies set this thing up in ways that we didn't even thought of. So that's the funny part.
Like question, like you will say this, like Rovo has access to if I didn't understood correct, like Rovo has access to these files.
Yes.
It's like through your integration. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, it's not like integration like Google Drive with Rovo, or
No.
it's like through the bot.
Atlassian does that. Atlassian has a connector right now that allows you to go.
Much like and other types of the storages.
No. What it does here is the Rovo agent has skills that we provided to it to read the exact real issue, to access those files through our app. So the user authenticated using cloud, and Rovo is accessing everything through our connection, and Rovo has access at the user that is using it. So no, Rovo will not see any files that the user doesn't have permissions to, and things like that. And the biggest thing here is context, right? Because we'll see the spreadsheet report inside the specific page or inside the specific Jira item, right? It's not like a broad search. What Atlassian brings you is a broad search. Here, you'll have everything like connected in context. We'll see the page that will go in context and the 10 reports that will actually in PDF or spreadsheet with a budget or something. Then you can ask questions, create content with it, raise it on that, because he's working with that context now. He's working with a Jira ticket that you provided and with let's say 3 files that are report, Excel, and so that's the context that will skills.
When you use like Google Drive for like SharePoint for storage data, you can provide data protection as well. Like Jira is for revise and
yeah. The thing is, since we respect the permissions that users, it's out of the box. And we have to access only to because if I go to a Jira ticket and fire Rovo, I will be able to see something that you not, because we don't have permissions for it, something like that. Imagine that we have 3 files connected. I have permissions for the 3, but you only have permissions for 2. The 3 of them are on track. It doesn't matter. But Rovo, if I interact with it, it will be able to tag information. And for me, it will give you information. That's
makes sense.
This question. I have already some environment with files, with tickets, directories, so some structure I already have. If simplify it, can I ask a Rovo or like application to reorganize existing structure, or give me advice how where I organized this wrong?
You can do that. Depending on how, if you by structure, if you have that structure created in Jira or in SharePoint. Or
Everything actually.
okay, because what you can do, we have the automation connections. Like imagine each actually is a feature. Like one is a pull, one is a read, one is renaming. So if you combine every single action into a specific flow, you can do something. If we're going to do something. So you can say every time a Jira ticket reaches the state from backlog to web, something. You can kick in start from automation that goes, and if you could find that you want a specific structure for the folder that's there, you can create a very complex, let's say, script. It's not the script because I'll show you in a minute. It is
Very black.
it's block based, and it will go there, and it will see your structure. It will see if it matches what you want, right? And then it will start create a new folder with the correct name or rename the folder, move attachments from one place to the other. It depends on how complex you want to go with it, but in theory, you can do that. We don't have an example right now for use case or never actually did that. But in theory, it can be done. It's like if you spend a few hours taking your automation, create that type of automation, you can do that. And right now, we are also like, we have a backlog, let's say, actions. And this is pretty new to this team. We are collecting feedback in like every month. We get support tickets saying, I want to do this. And oh, the one action is missing to complete a plug. So you add it to the backlog, the action is so we can keep showing you.
It's because I want him to help me to figure out all actions and build the proper pipeline, because it's also will take my time to understand all these actions and
Like
building.
yes. Right now, the only small thing, Atlassian doesn't allow you to still bring your agent. You can use it on your automations with some limitations, but yeah, we can actually, if you like a specific system that get that tell you a structure, but then you will always need to create automation manually. You cannot create them. We wanted to actually try that. So
This would be very
actually we wanted to go to Rovo, say will be this automation.
Yeah.
We tried that to build that, but we were not able because right now Atlassian would not allow you to via API and Rovo create those automations. But you can do all the other way around, which is from a specific automation call multiple things. Not to make Rovo create those automations.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah. Let's hope they keep pushing for it, and in a way we'll be able to. Because yeah, you're right. I don't want to spend 2 days working on building automation. That's what it works for now. It's a platform limitation. We can actually build it, but as soon as because we tried, that was the first thing that we. How can we just make the bot create automations for us?
Okay, thank you.
All right, so let's go for a quick demo. So this is a regular Jira project, right? And for each space, you will have like your team files app, and you can load that app directly here, and you can select right away in context. So what happens is you can connect the folders that you want to be available on a specific space. So right out of the box, the project admins can select, you know what, not everyone can come here and make this a mess. This is the folders from SharePoint that should be available on this project. And you can set up that. You can also control who can connect new folders or not in your team, or managers, or whatever is your so you can control that. So it starts with a folder here, so you can connect multiple folders from your storages, so you can select any cloud storage. You can even have a project with folders from SharePoint and Drive. Some companies have that, like marketing uses Drive, engineering uses SharePoint. So you can on a Jira project or space, you can even have those folders from different areas, so you can bring everything together, and you can be peace of mind that the permissions will be respected for everyone. Just connect your folders there, and then after you connect your folders, you'll be able to navigate right here, like your files, like you were in SharePoint. So you can view them, you can edit them, you can rename them, upload files here, everything. So you'll have pretty much the full Microsoft experience in context of your Jira project. So you can click here, so you can file from your desktop, and the thing is not going to Jira. So only from here, like this one. Okay, there it goes. And this file will be actually uploaded to well. Oh, it is. It's a repeated file. It's exists file. So it looks like exactly the same as it is here. So you can have your full file manager right in a Jira project and everything. But on top of that, if you go to a, let's say, a Jira ticket.
Big question.
Yes.
Is it possibility to manage permissions of files through your app? Or
Yes.
Google
So
Drive?
we have two sets of permissions. It starts with a Jira, with a hot storage permission, like user permissions. And on top of that, you can create permissions on a Jira ticket or on Confluence page saying, this group should be able to see it. Should not see it. Of course, they can always access in the other way, but you can create permission sets on top of the permissions that you already have. So you can do that if you want to hide what I work there. You can do that, even though actually we had a really funny meeting with a company that we were having a meeting with them, and our SharePoint selects for folders. Also, this site, everything that you have. And they were saying, oh, you are listing here like too many things. You just need to recent or whatever. I said, yeah, but it's only listing what you have access to. Yeah, but people don't know that they have access to that, and here you're showing it, and you're like, don't have people to have access, just go to SharePoint and block access to those sites. But the funny part was we implemented a filter like recent, and that's a filter. So they have an option to say show only recent. And if you want to search for more, you can. Of course, they have permissions for it, but it's not shown to you right away. And I was like, okay, that's your definition of security or privacy or whatever it is. Okay, so we keep hearing a lot of funny stories around. Probably one goes to here. So now we are on the Jira ticket, right? And the thing is, you just need to activate the app. The app will show up here as a panel, and what you can do is you can connect not just a file from SharePoint here, but see the root folder, the base folder. You not need to navigate to entire SharePoint to find the file. You'll have the folder that should only be available in this space. And the thing is, you can connect folders, you can connect files, whatever you like. This is your ticket, and now you have a folder that is connected here. This Jira ticket, and of course the file you'll be able to see it right here. So what would you, how the Excel sheet is, everything. So I can do one record, so it's a rich experience. Of course, if you need to see it bigger, it also looks bigger state, so you can create through things. And of course, we have the edit button. You click to start editing, and then it's it. And on top of that, you have your folders. So the folders and some folders. So you have like this mini file system, and Confluence page also works. And here you can review them, you can rename files, you can download them, you can upload a new file here, and the file is not so Jira as a source. And this is how you do it manually. Now, this is how it started many years ago, and now the magic. This is already great for context. Saves a lot of time to people. You can edit here. You can have all your stuff here. It's not like a link or whatever. You can upload things here. You have like the full folder tree and not just 5 or 10 links because you have 10 related documents. You not to paste all the links and then click the links, and then you are not logged in SharePoint. And you to log in with your phone. So there's all factor authentication, and well, all of that is gone. And the thing is, you can connect a folder, right? And with a folder, you need 20 files related with this Jira ticket. You'll have those there, not going to links. And you're already authenticated in Jira. You're already authenticated with your SharePoint ones, and then Jira already has your credentials, so no external authentication and all that stuff. But the fun part starts with automation. And with automation, you can use any trigger like here the example I will create is when a new work item is created. Let's create a folder. To create a folder, I can select what type of name I want my folder to have. It can be the issue key. The issue key, it supports smart folders, so we can use issue key, issue summary, John Smith, whatever you like. So every time it creates a ticket, it goes and creates that folder. So you also can use folders that are already created, okay? And you can also, let's connect a folder. Where do you want all these folders to go, right? And every time a Jira ticket is created, it creates a folder, right? And attaches the folder. So where do you want that? So you just go to your SharePoint and say, where do you want that to be, let's say, connected or created? So I can select an existing folder, or I can even create a new folder just to start fresh, right? And this folder will be connected to my project, space. And now all the folders created automatically will be inside this folder. So you can organize wherever you want. So this folder will be created, then you'll need to attach a folder. So attach folder. As you can see, you have actions to load, attach. Connecting. Sorry, I'm out without my glasses. So here you have the option to use previous. So the folder was created here. Now you decide to connect, because you can do step by step. You can just create folders if you like, not connect for stuff. You can connect the folder. Next. Oh no, let's save it like that. Let's save and start. Well, Lisbon. Turn on the full. And now this automation will be running, I hope. So now I come here. There's the page. So now I will create a new ticket. And now while the ticket is created, you can then also select like, I want this to happen only for specific work item types, like photos, stories, whatever. You can control the trigger. And you can even do this not on create, but imagine on workflow transition. If the ticket transitions from to do to, I don't know, review or whatever for testing, like you can find a folder for evidence, wherever you need. So you can do something like that. So now what will happen is you'll have a folder.
Yeah, you set up automation.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. So the folder was created with it's empty because I didn't create anything else. And if we go here, you can open SharePoint and see that is actually creating on the place I created. Is that this one folder I created and now. And this is automatically created. And now I can, of course, evolve those automations, rename files, upload files, attach files that already exist on somewhere templates or whatever it is. So it's really easy to, every time it's a task created this and I need this template, you can go there, create a copy and use it. So, and you can keep your files tidy as well. And this works for Jira Service Management. So on Jira Service Management, you have something that we call a tag for customer and actions, folders, and files specific for the customer portal. So we handle permissions the same way Atlassian handles permissions for comments. So you have the private comments for your team and the public comments for the person that actually raises the ticket. So as you can see, this folder here is available for customer. You see the label there. And if you go to the customer portal, this is how you will see folder. So the folder is here. And as you can see, you can even ask, imagine you want to collect files or whatever from a customer from internal ticket. You can, every time a new support ticket of this type is created, you create a folder somewhere else. And then you can even on Jira configuration block the regular actions. And then the person that opens your ticket will be forced to upload everything here. And you will have all those attachments from that Jira ticket on your SharePoint or Google Drive. So this is pretty much it in a nutshell. We could be here forever talking about how. But yeah, the thing on automation is that you can also add here, like in the middle, you could actually add so you could use Go agent, and you can use, as you can see, you have our agent here, and you can tell the instruction. Our agent, our ikuTeam files agent has specific skills to handle your files from SharePoint to Supercharging, and you can tell it every time this was created or file was attached or whatever, do something, and he will do something. And of course, you can create triggers in between or create automations like if transitioned or whatever, you can actually provide instructions to your agent to kick in and do things in between. So it can go from very simple things to very complex things that I was mentioning. So yeah, this is how you can fully automate your Jira in Confluence. In Confluence, we don't have automations, not because they don't want it, it's because they're still fighting Atlassian to find a way to make it work. It's complicated, but all the features, like you can have a Confluence page to the folder, like all the files there, people can upload things to the folder, that goes to so the exact same experience is about we are bringing right now. Any questions?
This agent is part of the same app or different app?
It's part of the same app. So we don't need to solve it. Now, in the beginning, it was a separate app when it was launched, but now since we are all in Forge, everything is inside, so we can leverage everything in the same. It's right there. And you can also annotate elements. You can edit PDFs with this app. So not just Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. You can also edit PDFs if you have PDFs on your drive. You can annotate that. Any questions? Or just want to go to the beach?
It's a good question.
Yes.
Like for example, we have like a directory, like some with some documents, which like it describes like the main feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, product at the link, design link. Yeah. So we have like a Jira ticket. We'll integrate like a hero application and I'll link like this directory. And the question is: it possible to configure like this kind of automation system to read document and get design link and recording this link to create like the new like a Jira ticket?
Yes, you can.
Ticket for this like the main ticket.
You can do that because on the instruction, you can tell every time a file of this type, like I don't know if it's a PDF or a Word.
Just like a docx.
Okay. You can instruct the agent to go get the content of that file, search for links that are Figma, or you can create that. Like if you find any Figma links there, let's say 1, 2, 3, or whatever, extract those and then you hand over to another, like the default Jira agent, because we don't have the capability, the skill to create tickets because that was already there. So we extract here, and so you get the links, right? And you prepare everything, and then you call. You can have here the other, let's say, agent that will take that information that we provided, and will create tickets with that, with those Figma URLs. Right? We can do that. Again, you can chain multiple automations, and actually, if you like, also we can do is to don't spam your system. You can do things like you have one small automation saying that ends up here. Like I attach specs to the document, and Rovo will run and extract those links and add a comment to the ticket with those links. Just that. And then you have another automation that you set up when the ticket goes from backlog to ready, or from ready to start building, or whatever, to refinement, whatever is your workflow. And the other automation will kick in and will create the tickets just for design. So that way you don't spam like on day one everything. So you can actually, because the automation is very powerful, but it's also very prone to errors, and to then you wake up in the morning and you have all your instances, and then you call revise to snapshot. You do a snapshot back to yesterday. So it can be done. I will advise to do it not in a row, but in separate steps. So that way you control spamming, because what you need to create that ticket is the design links and the design specs, right? So our agent can retrieve that and add a comment with it. Then you create another automation to create the tickets based on that. And that way, and not like in a go, but only on specific moments of your workflows. So when you actually need it. Anything else?
About like the next step, like when like there's like requirements in some Google Drive, I don't know, and some program guy, it's like already linked it, this folder linked to the tickets, and there's like some summary already added in comments or description of the tickets regarding this automation. Some product guy decide, okay, I should add new requirements in the file, or changes requirements. And
it's easy. That's easy, because
yes, like he changes requirements, but like the developers that so that like should implement these tickets, he does not know that the requirements was changed, because like it was inside the Google Drive. And is it
because your PM or your stakeholder or whatever only works there, right? That's doable. I know where you're working.
Like, add some comments as okay, requirements was changed. You should look at this, or maybe see
you can. One of the things is if there's a new version of the file, you can automate like say, okay, something new was.
Okay, regarding to the version of the file.
Can kick in and extract files and things like that. We can create more based on that. We don't have some of them. But if you have a specific workflow, we can just raise because the app can do pretty much everything. It would even actually expose all our APIs and actions. But it's really fast to do that because we have the actions setup done. We have APIs that we built. So making the API that we had, making it a connection. So as I mentioned, in 2 years from now, this day will be like 10 times more capable because people keep asking things. And we don't have today the capability of changing, not changing, but listening the change. They will need to come up with, if they reattach, we will see it. It will kick in something, but it's really easy to build the action. You can just do the action. The action for that. Then every time the file is uploaded, let's check was changed an hour ago or a day ago. And then my we'll see this last comment was 3 days ago. So, and then actually, is it really even better because you can even keep a story or a timeline of all the that's a stupid PM did. No PM. I'm a PM. So it doesn't matter.
Smart PM.
Never changed the in my life. Always refine.
Never document the specs.
That's it. But that's the thing. You can just build that action that checks the data. Last time that it was, it doesn't have that. It's here.
But have your application like to access to manage like a domain ticket? For example, can your application can detect the last date? Sounds like that.
Exactly. The thing is, today we don't have that action.
With like a comments, like a what's the
So the events are missing is what you said.
So we have the data, we have the API for that. We don't have the action. But the thing is that action, if you raise a feature request in 2 weeks, will be out because it's really easy to build. And then we can kind of track the timestamps or the changes, the updates. And every time that happens, you create an automation saying every time this timestamp change, you know there was a change. Last edited or last whatever. And then Rovo kicks in, extracts a summary or a new, based on your rules, right? Whatever is new Figma files or whatever it is, and creates new comments. And then you can see if you have 5 comments in the ticket, it means that the specs were changed 5 times. So we have the history of what the PM is doing to the file. Like again,
The line should be on because like we see this requirements was changed.
the requirements were changing. Like but
can you track in the detail?
track?
Track like to see who made
Yeah, we know who edits the file. So we know
Who is updating it?
the one that updated it was the person that. You can see it. This one was connected by me, and as I have one here. But if you add a file, it will say the person that edited it last time.
Modified.
Yeah, modified. Yeah, you will see who modified it. You'll see that because every time you load the files here, you refresh. You're actually refreshing not attachments here. The files are never here, are always in Drive. The time you hit to refresh, the file gets the metadata of the files, like see if you change the name or if whatever happened, the metadata will update every time you refresh. So if there is a change, you will see a change, and it was last modified by John, Peter, whatever. You'll get that. The thing is, as I mentioned, we already have that. So building actions. Complete.
Maybe people on.
Guys, you on the call? Anything you want to see on automations or any questions?